We'll get going. All right. So again, my name is Alasada, and I'm going to be sharing micro futures and how to trade those the best way that I know. And hopefully, again, you can hear me. So you guys, can you guys hear me out there? Just want to make sure. You can just let me know. That would be great. Raise a hand, something. Yes, thank you. All right, great. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. All right, guys. So let's get started here. We've got about 50 slides that we're going to be going through. And I hope you're going to see some value here from us, and then we'll see what happens. All right. Okay, guys. So let's get going. All right. So this is a webinar of micro futures, and let's see here. Okay, here we go. All right. So what can you expect? I'm going to be showing you how to make consistent returns based on margin capital risk using micro futures. And these are these futures are S&P futures, and they are NASDAQ futures. Okay, so those are the main ones that I trade, and it's a great vehicle to be to go into futures instead of you're not having to go into big ways. Okay, all right. So what are you going to learn? Number one, what exactly are micro futures? We're going to talk about that. How to enter, exit your trade. How much capital you need to trade micro futures. When to scale or use swing trades for those. How to accurately and effectively identify bottoms and tops. We'll do a lot of that work here today. And how many contracts you should trade with, and how many, basically how to manage multiple contracts. Okay. All right. So stay with me till the end. I have a special bonus for you guys, and I think you'll like it. Okay. So stick with me here, and we'll get going here. And okay. So first thing is, why are you here? Reason number one, you're interested in learning new strategies that'll take your trading performance to the next level so you can finally leave that 9-to-5 career behind. You've seen, heard about, read about others making money trading, and you can do it too, but you're just not seeing your account grow fast enough. And number three, you've tried different you've tried different trading strategies that you've thought, okay, this is it, only to discover that it's just not getting you to the place of consistent results, right? Okay, so with that, let me know where you guys are at. Number one, interested in learning new strategies, desire to see your account grow month after month, or find the right strategy that provides consistent trading results. And yes, there will be a replay. All right. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All of them. All right. Good. You're in the right place. Perfect. All right. Okay. Right strategy. Excellent. Yep. 2 and 3. It's good. Perfect. Okay, guys. Good. All right. This is good. You're in the right place. All right. So I am a regular guy. Here's my family on the left-hand side, my parents on the right. It was an MBA program a long time ago that I did. So just love to trade, and I made it work. I just made it work, and you guys can do that too. Okay. All right. So let's start with mindset. Okay. Number one. All right. Imagine what it would feel like if most of your trades were winners month after month, and it would be confirmed by watching the size of your account grow at the same time. Okay. Also, becoming the trader that no longer takes large losses but consistently trades according to a proven trade plan that is profitable over time, allowing you to grow your account month after month. Okay. Okay, guys. A lot of this is based on emotions, and so we want to take that emotion away, and I'm going to share with you how to do that. All right. Okay, so the profitability factors for this type of trading is very, very, very simple. It is a directional trade, okay? So the market trending up or down, depending on what side you're on, right? Those trades happen, and it's very, very simple, right? And so keeping these positions in and having good stops, right, are very, very important, all right? And we'll talk about that. Okay, so risk management, and this is really, really important for this type of trading, okay? Always trade with a plan, number one. Number two, determine max loss and risk reward before entering the trade. Trade no more than 20% credit margin of trading capital, okay? Do not allow more than a 2% loss trade based on capital, based on trading capital, okay? And for highly trending market, position your trades to follow the trend and size your trades to ensure that emotions are not part of the decision-making process. And I always say, you know, trade small, trade often. Trading small allows you to become experienced at what you're doing, and trading small allows you to be in the game for a long, long time, okay? So a lot of this is based on experience, and you need to go through that process in order to do it well. Okay, so I'm going to try to give you the right the right ways to do it, and what's worked out for me, and hopefully you can adapt that to what you do. Okay, because most traders, you want to be correct, and you want to feel comfortable with what you're doing. Okay, all right. So pre-market routine: review areas of support and resistance. I always look at the dollar and treasury notes because it does affect these types of trades. Okay, I always look at ES futures, not so much when you're trading SPX, because SPX starts and stops every day, but with futures, basically they work through all day, all night, and basically up until the weekend. Those trades are trading. So it's a great tool, for anyone to trade, during the day and even overnight. Okay, all right. And volatility is a lot to do with this as well. So if you have lower volatility, markets go up and down slower. Higher volatility, they move fast. Okay, so you want to know where you're at in that position, and make sure you manage it correctly. Okay, so let's go through the nuts and bolts in here. Okay, so these are the types of trades that I do: MES and MNQ. Okay, MES is a derivative of the SPX, and MNQ is a derivative of NASDAQ. And so you can see here the contract size, the normal contract size for margin is 1200 and 1760 for MNQ. Okay, and however, depending on the brokerage that you have, you can actually trade, and I think it's down to $50, $50 per contract when you're trading day trades. Okay, so when you go into overnight, then you have to put on the full contract. Okay, so it's great for day trading. There's no restrictions on this. And it's just a great vehicle to trade with. Okay. So again, this was 100 back then. I think it's lowered to $50 that you can trade per contract during the day. I have to check that, but I'm pretty sure that is. Okay. Right. So let's look at a trade setup. Okay, these are more like swing trades, okay, that I like to use. But we actually brought in someone that trades SPX, and he's doing like a really good job. And you can do this with micro futures, but he's doing it with SPX, and man, today he made $5 grand just in about 45 minutes. So it's a great guy to bring on, and we'll be working with him for a long time, I hope. Okay, the overall daily market trend may be higher for a long, position, and that provides higher probability trades. Okay. What I like to use is the ABCD pattern. All right, and these patterns are based on Fibonacci retracements and extensions. All right, and it's just it's a great way to put a trade plan together and to be able to understand what goes on with these trades, and it gives you confidence, okay, for these. All right. Okay, so let's go through this. So this is actually a fib retracement. Okay, so if you go from A to B here, let me put on the laser pointer here. A to B, you got A, B, and then once you get to that higher level, you get a retracement, okay? And this is basically in this area here is where you want to place your trade, right? Okay, so let's talk about management, and we're going to go back to that. We're going to go back to that slide and walk through that. Okay. All right. So the best thing to do, even though these are small instruments that you can use, they're leveraged. Okay. So the best way to go is with 10K, but you can go lower with that. Okay. You just don't want to be in a position to say, oh my God, I can't, if I take a loss, it's going to wipe me out. You don't want to be in that situation, so you want to have enough capital and trade small when you're positioning these. All right. Okay. So when that entry came back, right, it was a pullback from the high down to the 38.2 and 23.6 level of the Fibonacci retracement. Okay. And that's the C leg. Right, so entering below that is probably not advisable, but it's riskier. You can do that, and you want to make sure that you have a stop right under that 23.6. Okay, okay. So when entering the trade, the initial stop loss is going to be at that support level below the A leg, and it is considered to be a wide and is used to prevent large losses. Okay. So let's go through that here. Okay, so we saw here that we went up to AB, okay, and you see here, this is the bottom here is your 0 point, okay, 0 to 23.6, and you can see the lines here. They go up, they go down here, and this is pretty much a perfect trade, because what you don't want to do, you want to set your stop down here, okay, right below the A level. All right. And so what happened here is the market went down. It didn't touch the A level, but it had a nice move up, and it started moving up into the 38.2 area. And this is basically where you want to get in. Now there are other, another way to do that is you can get in a little bit earlier, all right? But it's riskier, okay? What I've been doing more of is when I put on a position, I put on 2 positions, okay, 2 contracts, and what and if it goes down, you get out, all right? You stop out based on your stop loss, but if the market takes you up, right, and if you get in, let's say right here. You want to take one of your positions off, right? And let it ride, okay? That way you have what you have there is you have a gain, right? And even if it moves down, you're not going to be you're going to be able to at least collect that those dollars and then try again, okay? And that's really a pretty stable approach to doing these positions, okay? Okay, so again, here we go. Wait 1 second. Here we go. Okay, this is where you want to get in and then allow it to move higher. All right, trade exit. Profit is established using the fib extension. Okay, you always should take should always take at the 100% fib extension. Okay, and we're going to talk about the extension now. And alternatively, you wanna take a trailing stop or move the position up into the 125 area if it gets to the 100 area. Okay, so here it is where the position here's the C leg, right? And you want to let it go into the 100 position, 100 fib, and then after that, it's the extension that you can do that with. All right. A lot of traders will go to the 100 area, take off their position, and then just let it run. Okay. And then basically, we call it a runner, and it allows the market to continue going, right? And you can actually put stops below them, right, and let it run. So that's a great way to make some money. All right, so I'm going to share with you additional ways that other traders trade. Okay, and this is called the initial balance, right? So this is basically during the normal time that the SPX is open, right? So you want to wait until your low and your high is established within the first hour of trading. And so if you start at 9:30 and you want to wait until that that market moves for 1 hour, okay, you'll establish the low and the high, okay. And so you can see here that around 9:55, that's where the low was made. And then above that, around 10 o'clock, you can see here that that's where the high was made, right? It's not here because that's past the hour, right? Because you want to wait from 9:30 until 10:30, right? And that's where you say, okay, so I have the high and the low here, okay? So that's one way to position your trade. And then what you do here, find out, okay? So this is, so this is the 5 minute, right? So this one here, I was looking at the 1 minute, right? This is the 1 minute, and this is the 5 minute. And so we're looking at this right here, okay? And so you can see here now that the market went up, okay? And some traders will take out the will take the breakout, okay? But in this case here, you can see here that the market broke out and it was a false breakout, okay? And so once that happens, you want to wait and see what occurs. And so you can see here that was a lot of chopping here, right? And it wasn't a clear indication of the market moving, right? So once the market moved and then it moved down, okay, you could probably take a short position here and allow it to go down, right? and get out here. Okay, so that's one way of trading this. All right. So now let's talk about finding a bottom, and then finding a bottom or a top. Usually a bottom is a lot easier to find than a top, but this is one way of looking at it to make sure that your setup is solid. Okay, and yes, this is being recorded. All right. Okay, so now what happens? Okay, so the market went down, right? We got a bottom here, and then it went back up. Okay, so it went up, it went back down, and so what happened? The low here that was formed broke, and so it tested and it failed that position. Okay, so you have to wait. Okay, so now we have a bottom as the market was going up, and again, you want to wait. Okay, and then what happened? Well, it went back down, it tested, it failed. Okay, again, you need to wait. So now we have another bottom. Okay, went up, and again, it broke, right? It failed. So now what happens is the market went up and it actually didn't break, right? And guess what? This is where you want to put in your position, right around here, that it didn't touch this layer, and you want to have your stop right at the bottom of this white arrow here. Okay, and that's where your stop would be. All right. So now we have a bottom. Okay, so this is a test and it's a reversal. So now we have that reversal, and I want to share with you something that I use, and that's RSI. Okay, I like to use that indicator because it allows you to see divergence. All right. And so you can see here that the market was moving down. Okay, it kept moving down, but on the other hand, well, let me share. Okay, so you can see the market was moving down, but at the same time we had at this same where the market was moving down, the RSI was actually moving higher. Okay, it started moving higher, and you can see here it started. So that's basically divergence. Okay, and so when you see that, that's just another way of confirming that you're in the right place. Okay, with that test, and then having a divergence between the market and where RSI was, it's another confirmation to get into that position. All right, and after that, it never went, never touched that IBL line, right? And it actually kept moving up after this. All right, so it's a good way to look at it. But so let's look at it as as you were trading, right? So we got this bottom, right? It's confirmed, and so what happened? Well, the market started moving higher. And you can see here that we had lower highs. Okay? Higher lows, I'm sorry. We had higher lows, and then higher highs, and then we had a falling, right? It kept going up here, up to here, and then where would you want to get out? You'd probably want to get out here, out of that trade. So you get into here, and you get out of that trade here. Okay. Okay. Now we had that lower high, and we had that lower high, and you can see it continued to go down. Okay. All right. All right. So this is another ABCD pattern. Okay. So we start from the top. We get a move down here, and then we have a follow through again. So this is another ABC, another representation of an ABCD pattern. So here's your A leg, B leg, C leg, and D leg. So a lot of traders will actually trade on the D leg, okay? Because it gives them a clear, and you can see here the AB and CD are typically the same range, okay? And so it allows you to, once you get that extension down, it allows you to take that trade, in this area. Or you can allow it to move up again, move down, and then take your trade. All right. So here is a fib extension, right? Another way of the ABCD pattern. So here you have your A leg. Let's see if I have that. Yeah, here's your A leg, and then your B leg, and then your C leg, okay? Now once it's moved up, once it's moved up in this range, you want to be able to take that trade in this area here, okay? Because now we have a probability here that the market is going to continue moving up. And again, you want to have your stop on the C leg here, because the A leg is pretty far down, okay? So you don't want to have a large stop loss for that, okay? Okay. So now it actually went up, and it passed through that high here, okay? And there's your A, B, C, D, right? This is the 100 area, and that's where you want to get out of your trade. Okay. All right. So those are the examples that I like to use when I'm trading. Okay. And I want to share with you two. I want to give you an example. Okay. So this was a month, and these are typical months that we do. Okay. For the different trades that we do. One second. Oh, we're comparing ES. Oh, okay. 1 second. Let me go back here. Okay, so let's compare SPX to ES. Okay, SPX is overnight risk. Okay, and ES is no overnight risk. Okay, the multiplier is 100 for SPX, and the multiplier is 50 for ES. And you have greater margin requirements for SPX, less margin requirements for ES. Ability to roll into later expirations, and rolling is restricted by ES. Cash settled, SPX, futures contract settled. Commission fees are less expensive, and commission fees are more expensive for ES. All right. So what I like to do too is I trade options on futures. Okay, and I want to give you an example of how this works. So I like to trade. I like to trade overnight, and I usually trade like 3 contracts overnight, and these are options on futures. Okay, so here, just give me an example that you have the same contract size with the delta of 11, and you can see here that 80. You have 80 for SPX. 10 wide here, and you get $80 for this trade. Okay, 1 contract, $80. However, for the options on futures trade, Remember, these are now 50 multiple, not 100 multiple like the other. So you have to take this one in half. So it's actually 55. So you're taking a position of $55 instead of $80, and so it's actually 52 additional premium for that, and there's less margin requirement for ES. Okay, so this is a little if you want to make it, if you want to look at it in a way that's comparable, the best way to do it is, instead of using 10 wide for options on futures, what you want to do is you want to use 15 wide. Okay, so let's go through that. All right, again, we got $80 here. Now instead we have $1.60, right? Because we have a 15 wide position. And so now you divide that by 2, okay? And you have the same thing. It's an $80 premium. So now when you're looking at it, it's almost identical, right? For these two positions, you're basically making the same premium on this. However, there's a big difference between the 921 and the 762. Okay, so it costs you actually less to trade these positions, even though the commissions are higher. Okay, so that's why I like to trade, especially overnight, options on futures. Okay, and these are not micro; these are ES futures. Okay. All right, so this is an example of performance a while back. Okay, we're still working on the performance on the current, because I changed from TOS to Tasty Trade. But anyway, these are the types of trades that we're trading today, and in a typical month, basically you can trade with micro futures $150 in there. It's not a lot, but using 1 or 2 contracts, it adds up. It adds up. Okay. All right. So that allows me to share with you, okay, our trading alert, okay, trading alerts. So the question is, would you like to follow our trades while you learn and use the short-term strategies that I've outlined, or, right, of course. And we talked about interested in learning new strategies, desire to see your account grow, find the right strategy that provides consistent results, okay? And this is it. You can actually learn while you earn in what we do, okay? So if you want to break those barriers, all right, and you want to, if you're going to continue doing what you're doing and think it's going to stick, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You need an edge, and it's important to have a community around you that allows you to get help, when we're trading here, because typically trading is a lone sport. Okay, so the question is, are you going to finally break those barriers and allow yourself to get, basically to do that works, how it works. Okay, so you need to have a no quit attitude, commitment, discipline, and having an edge, right? So those are good. That's what's going to make you successful, right? So in our trade alerts, we have trade alerts that are automated to a certain extent, and we provide adjustments, we give you we give you the entry price, the setup, everything that you need to learn how to make it in this world here on trading. Okay. So if you're getting started, I mean, this, if you've never traded microfutures, it's a great way, really a great way to expand your reach into these types of trades, these leverage trades, and allow yourself to to do well. And again, you want to get that experience, and once you see these patterns form, I mean, you'll see them all the time, okay, as you go through there. So we have one-way, in our trade alert service, we have one-way communication where, we talk about what we do, how we do it, and then we have the actual alerts, okay, that are very, very clear, and it's very, very easy to follow, all right, as well. Right. Along with that, we have a lot of trader success stories. I don't want to go through all of these guys, but you can see these with us, and it's the thing. It works. Okay. When you have a great community, people learn what traders need to learn. Okay, and then eventually you take it and you take it on your own, to make your way through that. All right. So right now we are closed for subscribers because we open every 3 months, and the reason for that is because we close our doors so we can focus on our traders, and then for a 2-week period, we bring the people in. And we get them acclimated to what we do and everything. It takes a little bit of time to figure out, Telegram and getting into the channels and the chats and all that stuff. And then we've timed this pretty well. After 2 weeks, you're golden. You're good. We close the doors and we focus on our traders, and that's really what we do. All right. The cost in this is pretty nominal. Based on, what you're going to make over time. And so at this point, we are in a waiting period. We're for new subscribers. And once you get in, after that, you can come in, come back, at any time. All right. But we do this for new subscribers to make sure that they're set and ready to go. Okay. Right. So the question is this for you? Do you want to learn a step-by-step process to gain income in a market that goes up and down? You want to break the series of losses and drains that you had, and you want to earn consistent income that sets you apart of other traders? This is it. Okay, guys? It works. And I do have a guarantee. If you join the wait list, you get $20 off for life, okay? And we get a professional traders chat group and subscribers. And actually we have live traders in here that trade for a living, and we bring them in, okay? And so you have a lot of different ways to make money. Again, like I said, today we had a great following here with Michael. He's been with us for a little while, and he's been trading for about 7 years, and he trades in Germany, and we're really glad that he's come by, and he's doing really, really well for us as well. Okay, so we have other traders as well that work with us, and and you find your niche, where you are. We have a trading and education channel filled with great content, automated signals within trades of a second, and those besides the micro futures, I trade 0 DTE, 7 DTE, monthlies, a lot of credit spreads. We have another trader that trades stocks, and he trades futures as well. And so we give you the trade entry, fill price, price target after fill, and my guarantee that you will make money. Okay? Right, it's a winning strategy. So let me go back here real quick. Give you, yeah, here you go. All right, so I'm going to share with you the offer. Okay. All right, so there's no cost today. We just want to make sure that you're going to be able to join with us with that $20 off. And if you join today, there's no cost at this point at all. But in a couple months, we're going to be opening again, and we'll send you an email, letting you know when we're going to be opening, and you can join at that time. Okay. So again, the cost of this is pretty low, and you get $20 off, and hopefully this was a value to you. Okay. All right. So let me take questions. Take questions here. All right. We do keep a trading journal, and it's mostly automated, but we're working on it now again. But it's going to take a little time to get there. But you can see the entry and exit, management of these trades consistently, though. Cecilia, I trade with Tradovate. I think it's a really, really good platform. Very low cost, and it's a great entry to get in there. Full-time trader futures alert. Can you provide an example of that, please? Full-time trader. Oh, guys that trade with us, yes. These guys have come. Usually they come in as a paying customer, and then we notice that they are doing things that are very, very good. They're and basically they like to be in a community with us, and these traders eventually what happens is they come in, we realize how good they are, we take we don't let them basically we don't charge for them anymore. And then in some respects, we actually have traders that we pay for trading, and this is what they do. They trade for a living. And so if you're trading for a living, you're serious, okay? And so and that's what we do. Time frame do you trade? I typically trade during with micro futures during the day, okay? Sometimes I do that at night, but I like to trade options on futures at night. It's just a calmer market at that time, right? So are there any questions, any other questions that you guys have? Okay. Oh, you don't have Tradovate in your country? Trade futures with less. Yeah, you can trade with $4,000. I like to be conservative, but yeah, a lot of guys trade with less than $10,000. The broker account. Yeah. Yeah, so you'd be fine with that. Okay. Great. Any other questions? All right, guys. Thanks. I hope you had I hope you had a good time here. Hopefully you've learned something. You can always email me at any time, and I'll answer your questions. And thanks again for being here, and we'll talk again. hope to see you in the Trade Alert service. Thanks. All right. Take care. Have a great day.